anglers, this is Zach the Acute Angling. Today we are going to go over the clothing that you should bring down on an Amazon trip. So we're going to start from the top and work our way down, starting with a good old ball cap. Now, I would recommend bringing a second, just in case this one blows out of the boat or it gets too sweaty and stinky. It's always good to have two. So I like to have a couple. When I'm traveling, I like to just snap this out and attach it to my backpack. That way, if my luggage doesn't make it, I for sure have one hat when I get there, okay? So starting out with two hats. I like these that have a little bit of, that have some ventilation in the back. Those are always nice for hot weather. Also, a wide brim hat is great. The only thing I don't like about this one is it doesn't have any kind of drawstring to keep it on in case you're traveling in the boat and the wind blows it off. But this style hat is also really good for keeping the sun off your face. Next up, we have buffs. I would bring 3 of these because they get a little smelly when you're out fishing and it's really hot, right? You're sweating in them. And we can wash these for you, but it's nice to have 3 because, for example, if we wash one day, but then it's raining and cloudy, most of the time we're drying this kind of stuff in the sun, so it may take 2 days to dry. So if you have 3, you always have a clean and a fresh one. So my recommendation, bring 3 buffs, okay? Next up, let's look at gloves. So you can buy these on Amazon.com. Just look for a sun-based glove, fishing sun-based glove. This is one I bought for my son. Really nice. It's got some grips there, and it was really comfortable. Kept the sun off his hands. Your hands with the long sleeve shirts are still going to be exposed, so it's important to protect them. One thing for you fly fishermen, this is a glove I wanted to show you. Notice how this one has padding further up the index finger. I really like that because when you're stripping in fly line, when a peacock or a payar or whatever fish takes it, they can pull line really quickly. And one time I was fishing without one of these and it put a little burn mark in my finger. So I like to have a glove that goes up further, especially in my index finger. Now, this is assuming you're right-handed and you're casting with your right hand, right? Because when you pull that line to strip and you get a big take, you know, you can pinch that line with this finger and your hand is still going to be protected. So that's something special for you fly fishermen. Orvis, Sims, Patagonia, those types of guys will make gloves for fly fishing, okay? All right, next up, let's talk about shirts. I like these. Again, these are just like called Sun Performance fishing hoodies. You can get these from Hook, Sims, Orvis, Patagonia, Professional Fishing Group. There's a lot of companies that make them. I like this style with the hood. That's really nice. Pull it up over your head, keeps the sun off. I like these. These are also comfy just for sleeping at night. They're a nice shirt for that. I would get a couple of those. Again, this is the same thing, same style. It's a long sleeve shirt. You can get them without hoods. I personally like the hood though, but it's up to you. If you don't want it, you can get this type of shirt. Works well. The other style, they have kind of these button-up shirts. These are cool because they have a lot of pockets. I like these as well. Generally, I'll take 2 of the other style with the hood, and I'll take 1 of these. Again, have 3 shirts, kind of like 3 buffs, so that you can always have a clean one while 1 or the 2 of them are in the wash cycle. All right, this is something that people don't think about, but I just like to have 1 cozy t-shirt for sleeping at night, just to make sure that I always have 1. Also, it's nice to have a shirt if you want to, work out or whatever. I bring 1 t-shirt, and believe it or not, even in the Amazon, I would recommend a light jacket, okay? And the reason is when it rains really hard and it gets windy, you can get cold. Now, obviously, you're going to have your rain jacket, which we're going to go over in a second, but if you need any kind of warmth, the rain jacket's not going to provide it. So having a little jacket like this that you can put your rain jacket over is really nice. Also, if you're coming back from the fishing boat at night and you happen to get caught in a rainstorm and you're cold, it's nice to be able to take a shower, put some clean clothes on, and zip this on for a few minutes and get your body temperature up, okay? So again, it doesn't need to be super thick, but a nice light jacket to kind of get your warmth going, I think is important. Those little jackets can be important in Argentina when it's not as warm. You might get some cold weather, so carry one of those. Which brings us to maybe one of your most important clothing items for, especially in the Amazon, is your rain jacket and your rain pants. You've got to have these. I would take these in my day pack every day when I'm out fishing. I like these, the ones that can just stuff down into a little sack like this. you just pull them out. If the rain starts coming down, slip them over your fishing shirt, and you're ready to go, right? So this is a camo one I bought, I think at Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's. They don't cost too much. You can usually get a set for 80 to 100 bucks, but they are worth it. Please do not come to the Amazon without a rain jacket and without rain pants. I promise you, if you get caught in a big rainstorm without it, you will be cold and tired and miserable. Okay, now let's talk about sunglasses. Also super important. Having good glasses, polarized glasses, is great for fishing. It's definitely going to help you. However, if it's not in your budget, it's better to have 2 mediocre pairs than it is 1 really nice pair, and I'll tell you why. If you happen to lose these or step on them or break them, you're going to be in trouble. So I always get 2 pairs of sunglasses to bring down, and I would recommend having 2, okay? Also, one thing you may not consider, for those of you that maybe have some visibility problems in the evenings, you may think this is ridiculous, but a pair of clear safety glasses is not a bad choice to continue fishing. Look, these lures that we use have big treble hooks. You're going to be throwing lures into trees, sometimes getting stuck, and you're beginning to try to get them out. Sometimes fish, when they jump out of the water, they spit the lure. So keeping glasses on your face is important. Okay, you have to do it. We cannot worry about having to get somebody get a hook in their eye in the middle of the jungle. You need to wear some kind of eye protection. So keep your sunglasses on. If you have weak eyesight, I would recommend bringing a pair of these for the evening hours. Don't worry about, yes, you will look ridiculous, but it's better to have safe eyes than to worry about how you look. Okay, so bring a pair of these if you need them, but for sure, 2 pairs of sunglasses. Okay, moving on to the pants. Again, I really like these. Again, these are just warm weather fishing pants. You can get these from Patagonia, Simms, Orvis, Professional Fishing Group, same guys that make the shirts. Hook also has them. I like these that have the zipper for the shorts. Okay, so if you're hot, you can just bust this off, but in the middle of the day, I would recommend keeping pants on. The sun is really strong, but in those morning or evening hours, you can unzip these and use them as shorts. It's also a little bit easier if you want to just undo those and then take a swim. It's basically like a pair of swim trunks. So I like these a lot. Again, I would get 3 pairs. And for your pants and your shirts, I would recommend lighter colors. Stay away from the dark blues, certainly not black, okay? Tans, light greens, that sort of thing are great. So here's a couple others I have. That's kind of a brown. This is a tan. And then ultimately I have a blue as well. So again, just like having 3 buffs, 3 shirts, get 3 pairs of pants so that you always have a clean pair in the rotation for laundry. Also, I know a lot of people worry about piranhas, but swimming in the Amazon is actually really great. Piranhas are not an issue. Bring a pair of swimsuit, enjoy the water. You won't regret it. Now, one thing that some people don't think about is I tell people to bring 3 pairs of white socks. I just like the ankle socks like this. And the reason is if you are out on the water and it starts to get very, very hot, your feet are exposed to the sun. And the second thing is if you're wearing some kind of sandal, you may not want to wear that. You want to be barefoot, and the casting platform can get very hot. So this keeps your feet, your little tootsies, from getting burned, both on the top from the sun and on the bottom from the casting deck. So I always carry a pair of white socks in my day bag with me to keep, in case I need it, in case it gets really warm. So bring a few pairs of these as well, 3 pairs. Lastly, let's talk about shoes. Okay. So I would have some kind of sandal. This is a slide, as my friends like to call them. This is a flip-flop. These obviously are better with the sock combination. The only thing I don't like about this specific pair is it's black. So if you can find a different color, that's better. I like flip-flops myself. I just think they're more comfortable. It doesn't bother me to wear socks with them, but some people hate that. Maybe go with the slide. I would recommend having 1 pair of these on your trip with you, either a slide or a flip-flop. One of the two. And especially for you guys who are going on the Arapaima day trip or the multi-species, especially multi-species trips, you need to have a good water shoe with a strong sole. If you're going to be getting out of the boat occasionally, like if you land a big catfish and you're going to be getting up on the shore, and those multi-species rivers tend to have more rocks, So having something with a good sole, a good water chute is important because you may have to get out of the boat temporarily to hold your fish or something like that. Get out on a beach for lunch or whatever. I like to have a water chute. It's not as important on the Rio Negro. You're not going to be seeing as many rocks and there's a lot more beaches, but for the Arapaima day trip or for the multi-species destinations, I really recommend a good water shoe. Now, a lot of people ask, can I bring my tennis shoes? You can. If you do, I would say get an old pair like this, because if you sweat in this for 6 days, I guarantee you're not going to want to check it back in on the plane, especially if you're getting it wet, getting it out of the boat. You're probably just going to want to leave them in the trash can in Manaus and not bring them home. So old shoe, this is one I mow the lawn with. This would be a good one to take down. But you can wear those in the boat if you're not comfortable with the sandals and you want to have a little more support. Okay, so that's basically everything. We've covered from a hat all the way down to your footwear. But again, big thing to remember is sets of 3s for the buffs, the gloves, the socks, the shirts, and the pants, okay? We'll keep your stuff clean, but we do need 3 sets of everything. One last thing I would recommend is when you fly to the Amazon, I would have 1 pair of my fishing outfit on me, meaning a shirt, pants, the whole thing. Then I would pack 1 pair like in a Ziploc bag and put it in my carry-on. That way, if your luggage gets lost, you at least have 2 sets of clothing, and you're gonna be able to stay pretty comfortable during your stay. Thanks so much for your time. I hope this is helpful, and we'll see you on the water.